What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I'm back with another underrated gem for summer. This time I'm going to be talking about the different companies Sel de Vetiver. Just a little bit of backstory for this series, something I'm doing a little bit different for summer this year. I'm kind of getting bored of top 10 lists. I find them kind of redundant and uninteresting, just trying to do something a little bit different. So this year, kind of to celebrate my first real summer back in Canada with all my fragrances, or most of them, I'm going to do something where I kind of talk about my favorite picks that don't really get talked about much. I love the summertime, but I'm not a big fan of summer fragrances. I find them kind of boring. They're usually really citrus based, which I'm not really into. They often lack longevity, creativity, and I want something that is creative, that lasts, that's unique, that's not overly citrusy based. So I'm bringing these to you just to give you some, stuff to pop up on your radar that is definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. So today's Sel de Vetiver, as you can obviously tell from the name, it is heavy on both salt and vetiver, but I would actually say geranium is a bigger player than the vetiver overall, even though I do get some really nice nutty vetiver in this. I definitely think the geranium to me outweighs it for more of the fragrance's life than the vetiver outweighs the geranium. Other than that, I do get a little tiny bit of citrus, but not enough to be, samey or boring or uninteresting, whatever. I also get some kind of sparkling, fizzy cardamom in there, which is kind of nice. It complements the geranium and the salt really well, I think, which is kind of a really unique combo. And then in the base, I get kind of like a clean white cedarwood dry down. Now, what does this fragrance remind me of? As much as I kind of hate to say it, it reminds me of a hipster wet shave barbershop. Now, nothing against the shaving community, nothing against barbershop fragrances, but just kind of like the whole hipster connotation, I guess. And the reason I say that is because you take something classic and traditional like the barbershop or a barbershop fragrance, and then you change it. You have to be different, you have to be weird. So it's a different company, right? Okay, not saying it's a hipster house or anything like that, but so you're basically taking something traditional and making it different. And that's kind of what I get from this. I do get barbershop elements, like really strong barbershop elements from this. Geranium is, to me, something that I find to give very fresh, kind of shaving cream foam vibes to me, as well as vetiver, as well as cedar. So I think there's strong barbershop elements to this. But then you get like this cardamom and geranium that just totally, cardamom and salt that just totally changes it and makes it, really different than any barbershop fragrance I've ever smelled. I can't say I neither love nor hate barbershop fragrances, but a lot of them, they kind of bore me. Like a classic Rive Gauche from Yves Saint Laurent. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and that's regarded as like one of the best, truest barbershop scents ever. It's not my thing. Where something like this, definitely more into. I like the kind of modern take on it. It's something a bit different, and I really enjoy that quite a lot. So for performance on this one, it's a standard EDP, which is good. But like most different companies, it lasts, but it doesn't project a lot. I find that really consistently. I have, I think, the different company fragrances, and they all kind of do the same thing. They're there for the first hour or so, but then they're really, really close to the skin. So longevity on this one, I'm going to say is about 8 hours, maybe a little bit under, a little bit over, which is okay. It's not amazing, but for something kind of fresh and summery, not bad. Projection, not amazing. If you're looking for something like that, that's, just like really loud and beastly, this probably isn't going to do that for you. But it lasts long enough for me. So that's what I enjoy personally more than having something that's like just like bellowing and, you know, offending and bothering people or whatever. But that's kind of how I see very atomic fragrances now. I'm kind of moved on from them and looking for things that are nicer and more subtle. In terms of occasion for this, definitely I think this is a little bit more formal because it does have kind of like a gentlemanly barbershop-y kind of thing going on here. And it definitely does smell high quality. So I would say this would be more for like nights out or dates or formal occasions. I don't think I'd want to wear, like it would be nice to just wear it to the supermarket or whatever, or just go shopping, but I'd see it maybe as just unsuiting for that circumstance. As nice as this is, and I do find it fairly versatile, I generally just think of it more as a formal fragrance. In terms of gender, definitely this one's leaning more masculine. I like to ride the fence on this one, but without a doubt, I'd say this leans masculine for sure. There's a definite barbershop-y vibe. Vetiver, geranium are definitely notes that I think of as being more masculine, so I would say this is definitely on the masculine side. Age, I don't get into age too much, but this one definitely I'd say is a more mature nose. There's definitely going to be younger guys that are into this, but for the most part, I see this kind of like a 30 plus fragrance. I could probably even see like my dad wearing this, just because it is kind of timeless and classic and classy. So it is definitely more of a mature taste. Pricing on this one, wow, that's one of the big downfalls. The different company at retail is outrageous. I just looked and prices must have just gone up because when I started researching this on Lucky Scent, they were $180 for the 90 ml bottle like this here. This is a 90. It also comes in 50 ml bottles. They were $180 before, which is $2 per ml. I just was on there today, just like double checking, and they're up to $235. That's a massive increase. I don't know when it was, but it's very recently that they've gone up. As great as this is for $235, there's no way I would pay that. There's things out there that are much better, I think, that are more exclusive, that are just better overall fragrances. But if you can get this discounted, which it is out there. I'm not going to plug who it is, but you can find this in the American gray market for about $130 for the 90 mil, which in my opinion is a no-brainer. That's a steal. That's like Serge Lutton prices at retail for 50 mil. So to get this at 90 mil, I think is an absolute steal. So if you're interested, just a little bit of searching, you'll find it, I guarantee. Packaging, I don't really like to get into packaging either, but I will for this because I do kind of like it. The bottles here with their kind of Devo power dome caps actually screw on and off, which I like, because you know that if you pick it up from the back of your collection, it's not going to fall off and break things or snap. So I like it when you get a solid cap. Some of them are just really unreliable and you have to be really careful picking them up if they're in the back of your collection or whatever. Also, I should mention that the different company, their boxes and bottles and styles and color of the juice change so much. There's some that used to be like brownish red, rose poivre, that are now like light yellow. So they're just, I don't know what's going on, if they're being dramatically reformulated or if they're being watered down or what. But yeah, packaging, it's just so different. Like I have 4 of them and I think they all have slightly different packaging in one way or another, or different print or typeface or something. But it's quite simple presentation, which is okay. It's really nothing that's going to stand out in your collection if you have mid-range and high-end niche, but they're okay. They're not horrible. So positives for this fragrance, definitely I have to say, if you're into barbershops and you're kind of bored with them and you want something a little bit different, this is a great thing to check out. I think it's really good, really unique. And ever since I first sniffed it, it's been like, wow, that's really good. It is different. You can get it for a decent price, discounted if you live in the United States. Maybe you can get it in other parts of the world, but I generally check for the American market. It kind of sets the standard. It's got decent performance. The projection isn't amazing, but the longevity I think is ample. If I can get 8 hours out of a fresh summer fragrance, I'm happy with it. Negatives for this, the only real big negative I can honestly say is the retail price, which you can avoid. I don't see this one specifically coming up a lot. I don't see Sel de Vetiver coming up a lot on the gray market, but it is currently out there. There are a lot of different companies that have gone into the gray market, and I've seen like over and over and over for a year or more than a year. This one doesn't come up as much, but it is out there. So even though the retail price is really high, like too much in my opinion, you can find it out there. Unfortunately, if you live in some parts of the world, you might not be able to get it discounted. And that's definitely the biggest downfall for me. Projection could be a little bit better. I don't want beastly, but maybe just turn it up a couple notches would be nice. Definitely not for the younger guys. Definitely not for someone that's into like sweet gourmand fragrances or kind of bro gym scents. Definitely not going to be here. This is definitely a more mature taste. I think it's not really an entry level scent. Really, there's not much I can fault about this. Overall, I think this is a really great summer fragrance. It's a great barbershop fragrance, so it's a nice crossover there. Just unfortunately, it's really expensive at retail. I never promote blind buying anything, but I think if you're into barbershop scents and you are looking for something a bit different, I highly recommend checking this out. You can get samples out there easily enough. So there you go. There's my take on the different companies Sel de Vetiver. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let us know down below if you've tried this, what you think of it, or if you can recommend some other unique barbershop scents for maybe summer in general, or whatever, just some good, unique barbershop scents, because they're definitely something that I've been kind of into recently. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.